Today I'm helping a friend of mine named Bill sell his doll collection. We're at a Barbie show, so we're going to walk around and look to see what a Barbie show is. So everything at the Barbie show is Barbie. There's handmade clothes, really beautiful details. Look how beautiful the dresses are. Those are all handmade. Hi, how are you? You going to convention show? No? I'm actually going. Yeah.
I'm going to go to the one next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Las Vegas? Yeah, I'll be there too. Yeah, I'm like you, but this one's the 60th, so I decided to go because it's special, you know.
There's a lot of people still on the waiting list.
Yeah. And I have a couple of friends who are on there waiting. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. She really is pink.
Oh, hey, you're still wandering too, huh? Yep.
So everything is Barbie at the Barbie show.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You can even find Barbie heads.
See you next time.
This would look like me if I didn't color my hair.
Yeah, you look handsome.
You did the fancy, huh?
Yeah, I did
It looks good.
I just got done doing this one.
Uh-huh.
Give me a color magic.
Oh wow, look how pretty that is.
I just got through making this one.
Cool. I love that skipper you did. That skipper was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, I think I left that one home.
You gotta go to the convention next year.
I went in
Las Vegas.
In Vegas? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's in July, right?
July, yeah.
She's
Hey, how are ya?
my
Good to
model.
see you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you.
I'm looking for Kathy and Jane. I knew they
They're around here. I seen
were
them.
around. They
Yeah.
usually stay like the whole time. Maybe they went to lunch.
Yeah, could have been. Look, there's fresh dolls at the convention. There's fresh dolls at the convention. Oh, a little candy. That'll boost my sugar. Huh? Oh yeah, that's Mia. I made that dress.
You did?
Yeah. It has the pictures of the dolls on it, see? And the logo. It says Fresh Dolls. See, I made that dress.
I love it.
She's cute. This was Tamara, Elena, Mia, and then these are the boys. There's, yeah, this is, well, I don't see the lake. This is, Daniel and Anthony.
So whose line is this?
This is called the World of EPI, the Fresh Dolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Fresh Dolls. They're made by a woman named Dr. Lisa. See? And she also has a line of like baby dolls too. Yeah. So she's trying to make them. She makes them different skin tones, and this is a new one that just came out here, Aria. So it's fun. You know, the doll world is growing. Here goes a bargain bin.
There's always one of those.
Yeah. That's the clothes. The muñequitas. some Barbie heads. Are you? Long day, huh? Those are repros. I think there's a variety of those. Very cool.
Did you find anything today?
No, I'm not buying anything. I'm just looking and doing. Way too many. I have over $40,000 in my collection.
You
Yeah.
win. You win.
I love that gift set.
I know.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
That's a cute set. This is all, they're making all the big hoo-la-la about this one. These here.
Yes, they are. That's an understatement.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen that they did the black Barbie with the white Barbie's face.
You mean the screen?
No, yeah, the actual face. They usually would use the other black Barbie face.
Oh, the
but this time it's the white face, yeah.
Christy face, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing they did on the black leather machine.
Yeah. That's gonna peel over a period of time.
They're all gonna fall apart.
I know.
You just have to make it
Oh, I
longer
love your
than-
bag. Where'd you get that bag?
You do, right? So I found it like on one of those Etsy type.
Really? I absolutely love that. That is so cute.
My Barbie bag.
What are you excited about?
I'm eyeing for this 40th.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. You know what I hope? I hope Mattel doesn't give us a play-on Barbie at convention this year. I heard it's going to be a Silkstone, but
I heard it's gonna be good.
really? Hey, is that what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
You haven't? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure. Hopefully. They have to make up from last year. Yeah. So there's Barbie outfits. And some play sets. Is that American Girl? Yeah. You know what? I started cleaning out my doll room, and I think I have like 12 of those dolls. I know.
Really?
I do. I was like,
I know you liked them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually started out with one or two, but I'm like an obsessive compulsive collector, and
Yes.
one of my doll rooms is packed. So I said, I need
Did you
I
just
need
say
to.
one of your doll rooms?
Yeah. I have 2 doll rooms. And I decided I need to organize. So I've been going through the rooms, throwing out junk, trying to get the clothes together. I got like, you know those big plastic containers?
The bins.
I got 3 of those full of just Barbie clothes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
big
mean,
ones.
Yeah,
Big
the
bins.
big ones. They're about this big and about this big and that wide. Just Barbie clothes. So, and I'm still coming across, I've only touched a real small portion of the room. But American Girl dolls, I got like at least 12 or 15 of those dolls. Yeah, and I got some that were like the Pleasant dolls.
Yeah, the first one, the Pleasant
Yeah,
Company.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just found the Native American one.
Kaya.
That's a Pleasant.
Kaya.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. I
She is.
love
Yeah,
Kaya.
yeah, she's like my favorite.
She's my favorite. Too.
Yeah.
She's the one, I don't have any toys in my bedroom.
No.
No.
Okay.
They're all in the toy room.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the bedroom's
Oh, you have
in
a
the
toy
bedroom.
room.
You know, I'm married and yeah. But the only one in there is Kaya.
Oh,
Kaya,
okay,
I do have
okay,
in there
okay.
by my nightstand, what have you.
But see, with me, I started collecting when I was 5, and they were all in my bedroom. So they're in my bedroom too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
So do you have around display your Kaya or no?
No, not right now. I have the small one too, like the small
The mini,
version.
yeah.
I have that one too.
I found the mini one actually here a while ago. Someone had it, in a bin.
Yeah.
She was missing like, some stuff and no shoes, but I took her anyway. She was like $5. I'm like,
Yeah.
so.
Oh, this is the Hispanic Barbie.
Yeah, she's cool.
Now this face was the black Barbie face at first, but the black people complained about the face because of the nose, and then they turned it into the Spanish Barbie, and they gave the black Barbie a new face.
My favorite black Barbie face is Christy from 1987.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like that face
Face.
too. I like that face too.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. I took a couple of those and I redid them to make them look like Diana Ross.
Yeah, totally.
She had that perfect face for that.
Right, the facial structure, the
Yeah.
cheeks and all that. Yeah, gorgeous. I remember when she came out in '87, I saw her in the store. I'm like, wait, something's different about her.
Uh-huh.
Her face is so pretty. And then I noticed it was a new face mold. I was like, oh, how cool. How cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is. How long have you been collecting?
Since I was 5.
Oh my god.
And
So you've seen
And I'm 57
Barbie
now.
Oh wow.
I'll be 58 in July.
Oh,
So I've been collecting. Yeah, I'll be 58 in July.
So you've seen all the eras of Barbie,
yeah.
the phases and stores.
I have them all in my collection. I have all different eras.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I've been through all the different eras.
Right, all the changes,
My
all the
first-
quality, all the
I know all the stories. I know all the people from back then. I know all the designers, the collectors and stuff. Yeah. My first convention was Barbie Loves New York. It was her 30th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
That was my first convention that I went to.
Was that 1980?
That was 1930. Was the first convention.
No, the 30th anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Was that 1980 something?
87?
86?
6. I think 6. Yeah. And that's when I met Kitty Black Perkins.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because I went to that. What happened was, I used to be a hairdresser back in New York.
Oh.
And I was working at one of the top salons there. And the news came on, and they interviewed Ruth Kronk. Ruth Kronk was the one that started the conventions, the Barbie conventions. And she was talking about the Barbie convention. And I was like, I was like glued to it. So I wrote her name down, Ruth Kronk. So when I got home, I called her on the phone. I said, hello, is this Ruth Kronk? And she said, yeah. I said like a real high-pitched voice.
Right.
And I said, I seen you on the news, you were talking about a Barbie convention. And she was like, oh yeah, that's a Barbie convention. So at that time, I was doing, hair, and I was a Michael Jackson impersonator back then.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was like a dancer.
Very cool.
So I was, talking to her. I was on the phone with her for 3 hours. And I didn't even know this woman, but we were all talking Barbie.
Right.
And then she's like, oh, you should come. It'll be fun and stuff. And she says, man, if you wanted to volunteer to do something, So I told her, well, I'm a dancer. I do Michael Jackson impersonation. She goes, oh, that would be perfect to do.
Cool, right?
So I did it. And,
Especially back then, he was...
Yeah.
He was the star.
Right, yeah.
There's just Madonna was huge, but he was him, right?
And my hair was just like his and everything, back. It was
shiny,
slip back, Jerry curl, with the hair falling in the face, the whole thing. Yeah, I didn't have the mustache back then, And I was smaller, so I didn't have it back then. I was smaller. And then, actually I had it until for that performance, I took it off. It was a smaller mustache then.
Right.
And then it's all mine. You know, this is all mine. But, after that, I grew it back. But Mattel designed one of the black Kens after me with the mustache. Yeah. Because what happened was, at that convention, I got thrown into the Barbie spotlight. First, I did that Michael Jackson impersonation, and I was in the fashion show. And then I was interviewed by New York's #1 anchor, news anchor. They were there filming. They were doing the filming for the news.
Right.
And so he interviewed me. He wanted me to talk for Barbie, and he was like, talk for G.I. Joe. And we did a little skit, kind of like, oh, Barbie. He goes, who? What's your name? And I'm like, my name is Barbie. You know, I was like, I was counting it up, you know. He's like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, where are you from, Barbie? And I said, California. And my parents were living out here, and I was living in New York. And he goes, he says, hey, Barbie, how about a kiss? And I said, kiss? And I turned around, I was like, anyway. So they filmed it, and that commercial aired worldwide. And I didn't even know the magnitude of how it aired, because my mom started getting telephone calls from all over the place. Your son's on TV, he's on the news, and they kept like replaying it. And we had some family over Brazil. They seen it. Yeah, they were like, he's on the news. Yeah. So that kind of threw me in the spotlight. So then after that, the next convention I went to was the Barbie Festival. They had a Barbie Festival in Florida. Yeah, and it was a big thing. It was Barbie's 35th anniversary.
Okay.
And it was called the Barbie Festival. So they made special dolls and clothes just for that festival. And it was fun. Now I wasn't going to go, but what happened was I had lost my job. I was living out here in California. And I lost my job, and because the company was closing, and they gave us severance packages. So I had enough money. My mom says, why don't you come and visit, because you haven't came to visit. So I said, okay. So I took a month off, and I spent 3 weeks with my parents. They lived in Delaware.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to the Barbie Festival. So I spent a week there, and everybody was shocked to see me, because I thought you weren't coming. I said, I'm here. So I first walked in there, and I got up in the morning and went downstairs and went down to the dining room. I ran into one of the designers. So she's like, oh, why don't you come and have breakfast with me? Her name was, let me think. Her name was, oh God, what is her name?
An older one from back then?
Yeah, I can't remember her name. Anyway, it'll come to me. I'll remember, I'll tell you on Instagram.
Cynthia something?
No, it was Janet Goldblatt.
Oh, yeah.
She says, oh, come and have breakfast with me. So I said, okay. So I had breakfast with her. And during the convention, I was in the fashion show. They had a fashion show. Some people that Mattel was filming, they had a whole film crew there. So they said, oh, they said, we work for Mattel, we'd like to interview you. It was all guys. They were like, we'd like to interview you. Okay. I said, oh, okay. So they took me in this room that they had set up with the cameras and lights and the whole thing, the makeup and the whole thing. And they interviewed me. And they filmed me, and they said that one of the lawyers was there, and she approached me, and she said, we would like to do a black Ken in your likeness, you know. So I said, oh, okay. So they had me sign a contract and the whole thing. Yeah, so I signed the contract. They took photos and stuff. Yeah. And then in the interview, they were asking me who I thought was the modern Barbie. And at the time, I said...
What do you mean, like celebrity?
Yeah.
You mean? Okay.
Yeah. They would ask me who I thought was Barbie, like a model or something.
Right.
And I said, oh, definitely Claudia Schiffer.
Oh.
And later on, in one of the fashion
This
magazines...
is the 80s, right?
Yeah, this is 87, something like 88, something like that.
Exactly.
Well, it was 5 years later, 80, whatever. Near the end of the 80s, or early 90s. And actually, Claudia Schiffer. Later on, in one of the fashion magazines, they did an article on Barbie, and they used Claudia Schiffer as the model. Yeah. So then, one of the lawyers said, "Oh, we want to invite you to come down to Mattel."
Here.
Yeah, out here. I was living out here at the time.
In Hawthorne, right, at that time?
Yeah,
it was off the freeway.
It was on Hawthorne, right?
I remember that. I remember that iconic building, totally.
So they sent the limo to pick me up, and I went down to Mattel, and I spent a couple of hours with the lawyers and stuff like that, and they were discussing different things. And then later on, you remember they used to. I went to like different conventions after that, and every time I went to the convention, I was on the news. Like they would interview me, and I come to find out the people at Mattel was sending them to me. Oh, go and interview him, because I went to this one convention. It was in Pennsylvania, and the news anchor was a black woman. So when she was walking down the thing, I said to her, "Hi." She kind of snobbed me, She gave me a snub. And one of the lawyers told her, "Go interview him." So she comes back. She goes, "Hi." It was funny. It was so funny. She goes, "Oh, hi." She goes, "We'd like to interview you for, And I was in the fashion show, and I was in I was Hawaiian hat.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I actually had a Hawaiian hat, and I had Barbie sitting on top of my hat. So it was kind of, and I would always do funny things. So I had these lays. I was doing like Hawaiian dance and stuff, and I would take the lay out. The first lay I threw out perfectly landed over this woman's head.
Oh, cool.
In the audience. So I threw out a few. I had like 10 lays, and I threw them all out. And the layup had a little sticker, tag that we put on it, and it says, "You've been laid by Ken at the Barbie convention."
Which you have.
Yeah.
Which you have.
Yeah. And then because in 1980 I started the first Black Barbie Club, and that it was written up and stuff like that, and it was on the news and things like that. So Mattel would kind of work with me like to do marketing kind of stuff. And then I kept pushing for them to make a Diana Ross doll. Make a Diana Ross doll. Make a Diana Ross doll. And on the Barbie board, my name was Diana Ross.
I remember you.
Yeah, okay.
I remember that.
All right, yeah, that was me.
I will never forget your under tagline said something along the lines of, "I'm floating over Barbie land with balloons or something."
Yeah.
I don't know why. That just got ingrained in my memory.
Yeah.
Big time. I remember you from back then.
Yeah.
I've been collecting since back then. How funny.
So it was funny because like after that happened, so I knew Diana Ross. I wrote her a letter, and I wrote her a really professional letter, and I sent her home address and her mailing address, and she opens up her own mail and reads it. I know that. So yeah, and I said, "Dear Miss Ross, please don't take this offensively." I said, "But the collectors would like to have a new doll of you. And it should be made by Mattel because Mattel's
higher quality.
Yeah, the high quality, and she's all about quality, and
Of course.
So in 2003.
She wouldn't be Diana Ross if she wasn't.
No. Remember in 2003 they had the collector advisory panel. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, I'm just gonna sign up for it."
I remember.
So I signed up
That's
for
right.
it. Well, then I get this letter in the mail. "Congratulations, you have been invited to." So I won the golden ticket. That was the golden. We used to call that the Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Right.
So I got the golden ticket, and they picked me up in a limo, brought me to Mattel, and they put me in a hotel. It was me and 7 other people. And it was funny. I knew them all except one lady. So we did all this marketing and stuff like that, and they gave us swag, the bag swag. We first got there in the hotel, they had a gift basket with food and stuff like that in it, and they had our names and stuff, on the thing. Then we had to sign waivers for entering, the whole thing.
This was what, like 10 of you? 6 of you? 7 of you? Something like that. Yeah,
there was only 7 of us.
Something like that. I remember. Yeah.
And they had pads with our names on it and said, stuff like that. It was like real special, And
You guys give input, no, on dolls. And
yeah, they
on-
showed us prototypes and stuff, and they were asking our opinions. Would you buy this? How much would you spend for it? Like, marketing stuff. And the office, the area that was in was probably as big as this area from where the curtain is at here.
Was this here in the Mattel?
It was at Mattel, yeah.
Which one, the new one or the?
It was
the
in
old
the
one,
it was in the newer one.
the El Segundo one.
Yeah, El Segundo one. And all the lawyers were in there. There was secretaries in there. There were all the head people. The girls were taking shorthand. They were filming it and everything. So when they said now we're going to go down into the design department. So we got into a little shuttle, and when we first got there, they had a continental breakfast for us with anything you could imagine was on it. So they took us down into the design department, and first we met the sculptors. So I got to talk to the sculptors. And my name is Pabu, and the sculptor's name was Abu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So he was a German sculptor. So I was asking him all kinds of questions, like, where did you study sculpting? He says, I didn't study it, I learned it on my own,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he had a case in front of his booth.
And he sculpted what, face molds, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah.
Or, well,
yeah.
toys.
He had a booth, and in the booth were all these children. And I said, wow, these are fantastic. What are these? And he goes, these are the Mattel children. They were actually employees' children. He sculpted them as dolls. They looked just like him. It was amazing because he had the photos and stuff. And then we go over to the.
Thousands of collections.
We were talking to another guy. He was really gay. Real tall, big tall, blonde-headed guy. And he was really good. He was like, oh, and it was funny. Like there was like all the people that were with us. He was looking at me and talking only to me. He was like, I sculpted the original Cher doll. So he showed me the head. It was about this big. You know the Cher doll by
Mego one?
He sculpted that.
the-
He
the
had
old
the
school
original head with him. So then he was talking about he was the one that did the Cher dolls too.
The newer Mattel ones.
Yeah, he sculpted the
collector
heads.
ones,
Yeah, the
yeah.
collector ones. And he had a book, and the book had all photos of Cher. So I asked him about Big Jim doll. He says,
Did he do it?
yeah. He says, I modeled those after the Tom of Finland art. You know who Tom of Finland art? Now, if you think about it now, when you go home, I want you to Google.
Oh, I know Big Jim art.
Okay, no, but I want you to Google Tom of
I
Finland
know
art.
Tom of Finland
And I
art.
want you to look at the Big Jim faces and look at the Tom of Finland dolls.
I can see
the
that now.
faces
I
are the
can see-
same.
I can see
Yeah,
it
he
now.
told me that's when he modeled the
The
faces.
cheekbones, the hair.
Yeah, the whole.
nose,
Yeah, exactly.
The chin.
Craft, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? I see a lot of people don't know that. And Carol Spencer designed all the clothing for the Big Jim line.
Yes,
Yeah,
I did know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, just recently I found that out. Yeah.
So then we got down. The next person that we seen was the painters. So the woman had a little booth like this. It was almost this. It was a little bit bigger than this, but it was like this. And she was sitting right here. I was sitting here. I was standing here. All the Mattel people were here, and the other people that were with us were behind them. And they said, "Oh, they introduced her by name. This is so and so," and she was Japanese. And she turned around and she showed me the Diana Ross head.
Oh, for that collector doll.
Yeah, and I screamed. I said, "Oh my God!"
In the
oh my
silver
God!
dress,
I thought I was
right?
gonna have a heart attack. I screamed, right? And all the Mattel people had these big, giant smiles on their face. So I said, "Let me see that head." And I was like, "Oh my God, I want this head." And she was hand applying lashes on it. I was like, "Oh my God, it looks just like her." And then she turned around the photo and it was Diana Ross. I said, "I want this head, I want this head." And the head one was like, 2004. So,
That makes
so
sense.
yeah. So, anyway, a couple of months later after that, I get a package in the mail from Mattel. It's the Diana Ross doll.
They sent it to you.
Yeah. So I was the influencer of that doll.
I remember.
Yeah.
What I
yeah.
want is a Madonna doll.
It won't happen. It won't happen.
I know it won't.
And then another weird thing too. Right after that was over, Mattel hired me for a year to do marketing for them. So they would call me down and I would do marketing for them, and I did it for a year. So I got paid for it, and they gave me free dolls and stuff. Yeah. And then, so that was fun for a whole year. That was fun, you know. And then after the year, they were also they were using me on the Barbie board for different things. Like I was the one that changed the color from blue to pink.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was me. That was my suggestion.
Yeah.
I said you got to change the board from blue to pink.
Blue, huh?
Yeah,
I remember that.
to pink. I said because that's her
But
signature
isn't that
color.
it changed also from like you had a side for paying in the club and for people that didn't pay in the club too, right?
Right,
'Cause
right.
It used to be free for everybody or something.
Right.
And then they changed to that.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. I'm not on the Barbie board anymore, but
Yeah.
it doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it really?
Yeah, it still exists. Yeah. Are you
I'm sure
going?
it's
Are you going to the convention this year? No.
I'm going to this convention.
I didn't know there was a convention.
It's called the American Girl Benefit Sale. It's in Wisconsin in July 20th and 21st.
Oh, okay.
So what they do, Mattel donates a bunch of these to the Madison Children's Hospital. Hospital. So all the proceeds go to that hospital.
Oh,
But they sell these cheaper there. So it's the closest thing to an American Girl convention. A lot of collectors go.
Next year the convention is in Las Vegas. The Barbie convention's in Las Vegas next year.
Where's it this year? Oh, it happened
This year,
already, didn't it?
no, it's not until the end of July.
Where's it? Houston?
It's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh.
But you have to come to the Las Vegas convention.
I've never been to a Barbie convention.
You have to go.
I might go.
You have, so I'm telling you, it's a whole week of Barbies.
Right.
And it's like a big giant slumber party.
Right.
Yeah, you have to go.
I want to 1 year.
And it's close to home, so
Yeah, it
make
is.
your plans now. Put your money away, and you gotta come to the Barbie convention.
I want to 1 year.
Yeah.
Because I want to do this. I have to do this 1 year.
Yeah,
before I die.
Well, this year I'm going to the Dawn convention. I haven't never been to a Dawn convention.
Oh, you're gonna go?
Yeah, it's gonna be out here this
You're telling me
year.
about the Dawn convention.
Yeah, I love that shirt she got on. I want that. Where'd you get that shirt?
I got it at Macy's.
Macy's?
Oh, really?
How long ago?
Yesterday.
Really? I gotta go to Macy's and check it out because I want that shirt. I'd love to have that shirt. Look.
So it's on sale now.
Oh wow.
Maybe we can still shop.
Yeah, it's so shopping. This is good.
So they were doing a Roseanne show about Barbie, and Mattel called me and asked me if I could get some collectors to come that they were going to give free Barbies away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I called up several of the Barbie clubs, and I filled the audience.
Did you really?
Yeah, and then just recently, when I was teaching just 2 years ago, one of my students was in the audience. She goes, I went to that convention. Hey Bill, can I have $10? I'll give it back to you when I get paid. Thank you.
No, but sometimes after.
I'm calling him right now. He's in here. This the Hallmark ornament, the red one, the shoe sensational, has no price.
I love Midge as a girl more than Barbie. And look at her. Isn't she cool?
Yes.
It was like a rainbow outfit, all patterns.
See, I wanted to get this.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute? I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, you didn't tell you that.
No,
But how much are you asking?
7,600.
Well, there was a lady looking for a number one.
Yeah, sure.
This is the Barbie Show. I'm filming the Barbie Show. goes the dump doll. These are integrity dolls. Oh, he's cute. I like that one. These dolls can almost talk, can't they? These dolls can almost talk. Yeah. Are you from India? No, where are you from?
My dad was Filipino.
Oh, Philippines, okay. I wasn't sure.
That's my brother.
Huh?
That's my brother.
That's your brother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
$6. Huh? No.
Tattletale.
No, that's my friend Bill is selling. My friend Bill. I'm just helping him out. Huh? He's walking around. Oops, excuse me. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, that's what I would.
That's a Barbie show. It's a wrap.